targets, which is a step closer to me reaching that vision of success that I did in video number 1. And it does help if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I can't just market one thing forever. That's going to just bore me to tears. It helps to have a monthly focus. So when I work with my ladies and my guys, I say to them, look, come up with a monthly focus. And my marketing plan has got an actual monthly focus section in it. But it's the purpose of it is so that you can base your marketing every month around either events or product showcases or, you know, different case studies. And so if you sell a particular product and that's where you're going to focus, you might have a different showcase every month on different ways that people have used it. Or you might focus on different aspects of it, different benefits, you know, where it adds value. Or you might focus on different audiences every couple of months and just rotate them so that you're not doing the same old marketing all the time. And so having a monthly focus that has all of the key dates in the year in there, so things like Christmas and maybe Valentine's, maybe school holidays, depending on your business, all of those things, you put them in there and you base your marketing that month around what you have dictated. And it means you can plan in advance. You can say, right, I'm going to do an Easter campaign because that works for my audience, my super customers, so I can get that ready in advance. You're not doing things on the hoof. You're not doing things just in a reactionary way. You're doing things in a planned way, which means that you can really think about what might work and even test little things out. You know, do little pilots in the meantime so that you can really get it right when that month comes around. So in January, you can be focusing on Easter. And that's how it can work when you get your plan in place and you understand what you're aiming for. The other thing is that even when you've got your plan and you know what you're aiming for and you know which products or services you're going to really focus on and which audience you're going to focus on and when and what your monthly focus is going to be to give you that variety and that structure, that doesn't mean that for that month with that focus, you throw everything, you're on like Pinterest and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter and speaking gigs and radio interviews, and you're trying to do everything. Mainly because you have a life and you're having to fit this in and around everything else that you're doing because you, like me, are the owner of a small or micro business. You don't have a dedicated marketing person sitting there working for you every day. You're it, and you're doing the stuff that you need to do in your business and deal with everything else in your life. So where if you were Marks and Spencer's and had an entire marketing department in London somewhere doing all this for you, that is great. But guess what? That costs a lot of money. So my advice to you is get that structure we talked about, you know, get really clear on what you need to do and what you're going to focus on every month, and then pick 2 or 3 marketing tactics that you focus on for a while, maybe 3 to 6 months, and get really good at them. So if Instagram is where your super customers hang out and it lends itself to your marketing and the targets that you're trying to hit, focus on Instagram. Get really good at it. Grow your following. Really get to grips with hashtags. Understand what kind of images really work. Try out all the different things like Instagram stories and IGTV and carousel posts and all of those things. Get really good at it. Because when you get really good at something in marketing, it works better. So there's a lady I talked to yesterday who had never tried Instagram, and she was in my Brilliant Business Academy and I did a class on it, and she started using it and she decided that she would focus on it for a few months. And she messaged me yesterday and said, I've got my first customer from Instagram. And it wasn't a business that would necessarily lend itself. It was a business to business, if you see what I mean. She wasn't marketing to consumers. She was marketing to other businesses. And she picked up a good customer from Instagram because she was focusing on it. She wasn't spreading herself too thin. Another marketing tactic that I really, really recommend that you do adopt is building your email list. So do not be scared by GDPR if you're in the EU. Don't let that put you off. As long as you are very clear about what people are opting into and you don't try and hoodwink them, you know, as long as you say to them, you are signing up for my newsletter and this is what you can expect and this is why it's so awesome, you know, come and join me. I'm going to send you all these amazing tips and advice and case studies and things that'll save you time and money and make you happy. You know, you get really clear on why they should sign up and what to expect. you're fine. Just go out and market it. And the reason I really advocate